ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ज्ञानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः कार्पण्यदोषः उपहतः स्वभावः कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां सेवेंथ वर्स धर्मसम्मूढचेतः यत् श्रेयस्यात् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. This is the verse, a very important verse where he is declaring that he is a Shishya. This we will come to, but it will make more sense if we study the next verse first and then come back to this one. For reasons you will understand very, very quickly. Okay? You will see why it makes sense, because in the 8th verse he talks a little more about the nature of his sorrow. Arjuna is suffering from a kind of a sorrow that is new to him, and he is describing this sorrow because it's the first time he is encountering it in a very obvious way. So let us chant this. Nahi prapashyami mama pavidya yachokam uchchoshanam indriyanam. And this line is just one word with two sneezes in between. Okay? यच्छोकम् उच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमौ असपत्नमृद्धम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृद्धम् राज्यं सुराणामपि जाधिपत्यम्. So here we come back to the 7th verse. Here he says, he, because na prapashyami, no matter how hard I see, how hard I look, I cannot see. No matter how hard I search, I absolutely cannot see. But what can you not see? Yat means I can't see that which apanudya, which will remove. I cannot see that which will remove. Apanudya, remove. Remove what? Shokam. This sorrow. What kind of a sorrow is this? It is Shoshanam Indriyanam Shokam. A sorrow that's drying out the senses. Sorrow is usually wet, and he was already crying. So he is using some mixed metaphors. A sorrow that is drying out means expending the energy of the subtle body in the form of the senses, etc. This sorrow is drying out all the senses. Na prapashyami mama shokam apanudyat. How will this sorrow be alleviated? How will this sorrow go? And where did this come from? And I don't think it will go, even if I fight this war and win over this kingdom. Let us say, forget this kingdom. Let's say I have avapya, having gained what? Bhumau, on earth. Seventh case of bhumi, bhumau, locative, on earth. Asapatnam riddham. Riddham, let us see first. Riddham, riddhi means what? Prosperity. Riddham, extremely prosperous. So, having gained a prosperous kingdom, Rajyam, Riddham, Rajyam, Avapya. Having gained a prosperous kingdom, not just prosperous, Asapatnam. Sapatnam means rivaled. Asapatnam, unrivaled kingdom. So two adjectives for kingdom. What's the first one? Unrivaled, Asapatnam. And then second one, Riddham, extremely prosperous, rich kingdom. Suranam apicha adhipatyam. Having, let's say, the riches of this kingdom, even though it's on earth, I can order the devas sitting here. Let's say it's that kind of a kingdom. I can say, hey Indra, cut it out. I can say, because I have overlordship, adhipatyam, I have overlordship over who? Indra and all the other citizens, the denizens of heaven. All the devatas I have power over. Let us say I got this kingdom. Even if I gain this kind of a kingdom, this sorrow will not go. You see why we have to do this first. We have to do this verse first because we have to understand the nature of the sorrow which led him to surrender to Lord Krishna. That is why we have to understand this. That's why we are doing this verse first. It is said that only the sad can be sad. The angry person can get angry. Jealous person can get jealous. In the sense that anger, jealousy, sorrow already has made its home here, these emotions. And then when in the external world there is a trigger, something triggers, then these emotions come pouring out in response to that trigger. This Arjuna has realized. This is a very, very important realization on the brink of Shishyahood. Because otherwise one is moving the finger. It's because of you I'm unhappy, because of you, because of this one, because of that one, because you said this, because that person behaved this way I'm unhappy. I like the ashram, I like the teaching, I just don't like the person who is sitting next to me. You know, so this is the idea. And so this way one has gone on for many for the class to get over? Many lifetimes. That many lifetimes. Even if I said the word many for another hour, it will still be less. That many lifetimes one has nursed this sorrow, but then because one is not cognizant, one is not self-aware, one has not done self-enquiry, the sorrow always attaches to external situations. So, this is how one feels. If this person were not there, my life would be extremely wonderful. If this situation could be changed, my life would be great. If this event had not happened, my life would have been just lovely. It's always somebody else's fault. And if you can't pick a person around you, you say Bhagavan's fault. Horoscope's fault. That's what it is, a scope of horrors in one page. 12 houses are there. Shani is in the wrong place, always. And Saturn is not only in the wrong place, it keeps returning. Saturn, return. Even the first time it was hard. Why is it returning? Nobody knows, but it keeps returning. And unleashes, and then it takes 2.5 years, it sits in one house. Saturn is depicted as a limping person. Due to some curse, he lost one leg, and some story it is there. And so therefore he just goes very slowly from one zodiac sign to the other. Being a powerful planet, his sphere of influence does not just become limited to the house he occupies. Right now, the transit Saturn, the moving Saturn is in the Pisces, Meena Rashi. It's in Pisces, Meena Rashi. But then, not only he troubles the people who have their sun or moon or ascendant in the fish sign, he also troubles one sign before and one sign after. Okay? So then that means any time the Saturn comes anywhere near your house, your ascendant, your sun sign, your moon sign, that means 7.5 years he will trouble. Okay, so you can say it is Saturn's fault. And then who else should be? Venus. Shukra is in the wrong place. Guru is in the wrong place. That's why I keep ashram hopping. Why do you keep ashram hopping? Because Guru is in the wrong place. Is the Guru in the wrong place, or is your head in the wrong place? No, Guru is in the wrong place. This is a natural kind of a tendency that must be overcome in order to progress in emotional growth, spiritual growth. This tendency has to be overcome. And what kind of a tendency is it? A tendency of powerful externalization. I am this way because you are that way. And Arjuna also in the first chapter blamed all those people, greedy fellows, idiots, and their lobha, upahata chetasaha, they have been hijacked by greed. They don't know dharma. They are idiots. They are doing this to me. Because of them I'm sad. Now the tune has changed. He has come a full 180-degree turn. It is called a U-turn. Spelled Y-O-U. You turn back to yourself. To you. You turn back to yourself. That is why in the Hindu tradition, you see, the rivers are always places of worship. River is always seen, river is not seen as river or one of the five elements, no. River is seen as mother, mother goddess. And wherever she flows, it's an inspiration. River is an inspiration in two ways. First, she is an inspiration because she goes and finds her source, goes to the ocean despite any obstacles. Some bright people will build a dam. Still, she manages to go on this side and that side and then go. Suddenly there is a hill. She circumvents the hill. You put a blockage. She goes over the blockage. She bides her time, gathers enough water and goes over the blockage. So of course the place where the river meets an ocean, the ocean is of course a holy place. It is Jiva gaining knowledge that I am none other than Ishvara, the mingling of the Jiva-hood, the merging of the Jiva-hood in Ishvara. This is why it is worshipped. Another time or a place where the river is worshipped is when, because of an obstacle, it seems to turn back to from where it came. The confluence of two rivers is also worshipped. But when the river turns back to face its source, the glaciers, that becomes the most worshipful place because it emphasizes this U-turn which Arjuna has just made. An important U-turn. He's owning up the sorrow. He says, I don't think this sorrow is not going to be alleviated by the Dhritarashtra's sons giving back my kingdom. Not only this kingdom, even if an unrivaled, unparalleled kingdom like the kind that has never, ever been seen on earth, even if I get that kind of a kingdom, this sorrow will not dry up. Instead, it is drying up the activity of the sense organs, in the sense that the sense organs are just about dead because of this sorrow. The sense organs are disengaged, apathetic, and nearly dead. This sorrow is not going to go. No matter if I have a job, if somebody gives me chocolate cake, if somebody gives me a big house, or somebody gives me something, lots of money, this sorrow will remain. It's an unexpressed sorrow which was already there. Arjuna recognizes this. This has nothing to do with Duryodhana and all the things that he has inflicted upon me and my family for decades. This has nothing to do with Dushasana. This has nothing to do with Draupadi's sorrow. This sorrow is my own sorrow and I don't see it alleviated. Here there is great wisdom. Even if I have a kingdom, I don't see this sorrow going. There is great wisdom here. You know why? Because what is a kingdom? Kingdom means there will always be rivals. Some pieces of it they will nibble from this side, that side, boundary violation. Look at what has happened to India. Nibbled on top, nibbled on this side, nibbled on that side. This is what has happened. So even if it's like a house, you live in a nice house. The house is wonderful, but it's in a very dangerous neighborhood. You can't even open a window, let alone a door. You have to always be worried. So the kingdom is also like that, dangerous and inimical forces are on all sides. All sides you have to be worried. You have to protect the borders. Or you can have a kingdom that doesn't have rivals, but it is poor. To keep begging the neighbors or begging first world countries, send us this, send us that, give me, beg America, give me this, give me that, like this. So to maintain a kingdom is also not easy. Even if these problems are not there, this kingdom is not going to alleviate this sorrow that I find I am having. This deep sense of dejection that has nothing to do with the kingdom, nothing to do with Duryodhana or his behavior or the behavior of all these people, the sons of Dhritarashtra. This is my own problem and I don't see it going away. Even if all of them go away and they hand me back the kingdom on a plate, on a tray, it will still not go. Nahi prapashyami. I don't know how to alleviate this sorrow. Now, so where is this sorrow? You can say here, because this is where it is experienced, this is where it is felt. You can say it's in the heart, it's in the stomach, whatever, you can give it a location. Or you can say it's in the mind, it's in the head, it's in the heart, so many locations we can give. But if you operate upon a sad person, you don't see the sorrow. Subtle it is. The sorrow doesn't appear to have a location. In other words, it is a sorrow that is centered on the I. Wherever there is an I notion that obtains, sorrow obtains. Very, very interesting. Sorrow obtains where I am there. The I notion is there. It's a sorrow that is centered on I. And it has become identified with the I, leading to the statement, I am sad. I am is equal to sadness. If this were the reality, if this were one's true nature, then we can finish the class just now. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about it. True nature means you will not overcome that true nature. Svabhavasya na nivrittihi. True nature means it doesn't go away. It will always be there. This is the nature of what is reality. We saw what is Sat as defined by the Tattva Bodha. Kalatrayepi tishtati yad tat Sat. That which is unchanged in all three periods of time. That is Sat. And if this sorrow is Sat, if it is the truth of me, if it is my reality, then it should be everybody's reality, correct? Then we would all be happy being sad. We would congratulate each other whenever any sad thing happened. And when something happy happened, we would say, oh, you did not deserve it. Happiness would be an aberration. We would send condolence cards if somebody was happy. But we don't do that. We don't do that at all. We know the truth is of the I is to be happy. Sadness is an imposter, this much we know. Somebody said to me actually, why not we compromise? Because this person said, I believe sadness is our nature. I said, well look, then it should be acceptable to you. Why are you trying to get rid of it? And then she said to me, some religious leader, she said to me, let us compromise. And what is the big compromise? Let us agree that we are both sad and happy. How can you be both sad and happy? I mean, not one after the other. That I can agree. Now sad, now happy, theek hai. Okay. Let us agree that we are whole and broken at the same time. Let us agree that we are sad and happy at the same time. I said, this I cannot accept. Because sadness, when it is there, then It identifies with the I, and then I crave for that happiness because I find that happiness to be missing. And conversely, when I am happy, then I do, sadness is missing. I don't miss the sadness, but the sadness is absent. So the two are opposed to each other like night and day. Like the story of the sun Bhagavan. Bhagavan in the form of sun, that he decided to take a little trip. When on June 21st he decided to see who all was practicing Surya Namaskar. That's why June 21st is the longest day of the year, because he is looking everywhere. Who is doing yoga? What is happening? Narada came along for the ride. Narada likes these kinds of situations. Narada said, "Can I come too? Ooh, you have a nice chariot with 7 colored horses, rainbow colored horses. Can I come too? Can I come for the ride?" Yeah, sure, hop on. And which Devata does not like to be praised? And Narada goes everywhere to all the lokas. So the son Bhagavan says, do people remember me? Oh yes. Now even in Europe, America, all over the world they are doing Surya Namaskar. They are doing sun salutations. Everybody loves you. Everybody worships you. And Narada, being Narada, says, "Except, well, chodo, it's okay. Leave that." No, I want to know who. Except what? Except who? There's one woman who just won't have anything to do with you. Who is she? Where is she? Right now she's in America. Really? What's her name? Her name is Ratri, Miss Night. I'm going in search of her. I have a few questions to ask. And then he turns around the horses and goes to America. And as he goes, the dawn is breaking in the east coast. And then he says, "Where is Miss Night?" Oh, now she went back to India. So sorrow and happiness are like that. They cannot rest in the same place at the same time. Not really possible. One vanishes, the presence of one vanishes the other. So you cannot entertain the thought that I am half sad and half happy. It's like saying I don't have money and I have money. It cannot be like that. And so, what is this sorrow? And if sorrow is the truth of the self, it cannot be removed. But sorrow is not the truth of the self. Oh, that's nice. Then in that case, it need not be removed. If it is not the truth of the self, it is not exercising pain, then it need not be removed. But we are in this anirvachya situation, a situation that cannot categorically be said to be one way or the other. Sadness has an existence, has a mithya existence, an existence that is an as though existence, an existence that has the power to bring the whole of me down. I don't feel like doing anything, everything is sad, oh no, can't even lift my hand, it drops. It has that power, therefore it enjoys a certain existence, but it is not the truth of the I. Why? Because the I is free of sadness. How do we know? Shastra tells, we don't even have to, yes, Shastra does tell that, but we don't even have to go so far as the Shastra. We just look at what you want. What does anybody want in life? To be happy. You ask somebody in China, if you speak the Mandarin language, ask them, do you want to be happy? What will they say? No. No, they will not say no. They will say yes. You ask somebody in Alaska, do you want to be happy? Yes. What do you want in life? To be happy. This is the universal want, a single want. There is no other want really. All the wants lead to this want alone. What is this happiness? Freedom from sorrow, anger, fear, afflictions, in other words, limitations. This is what I want to be. So here Arjuna says, this is a funny sorrow. I feel it, and I feel that it has nothing at all to do with the whole universe. It has nothing to do with me not having the kingdom. It has nothing to do with Draupadi being insulted in the assembly, in the Sabha. It has nothing to do with Duryodhana's bad behavior. It has nothing to do with Bhishma and Drona fighting on the other side rather than on my side. All that is, yes, a sad situation. But I was already sad. And I have been sad for many, many, many lifetimes. And I don't think either fighting this war or not fighting this war is going to remove this deep, deep sadness. And therefore he says, I don't know what to do. Karpanya dosha upahata svabhavaha. Kripanasya bhavaha karpanyam. Karpanyam means a certain kind of a stinginess. Stingy means what? The one who does not spend is called a miser, parsimonious. A miser is the one who will not spend. If you don't have and don't spend, that is pragmatic. If you don't have and you spend, that is foolishness. If you have and you don't spend, this is called kripana. That's how, sometimes we see this. We see this, really, in America, we see this often. The younger generation who come from really rich parents, very wealthy parents, they will be living very, very, very carefully. And because the more the wealth sometimes, if wealth is without vidya, Brahma vidya, if wealth is not adorned by the knowledge of the self, then that person who has the wealth gets very, very scared of losing it. So therefore, hold everything. Don't give anything to anybody. And then die away. And then what? When the in-laws that you did not like at all get everything. This is what usually happens. And so, this is Kripanaha, the one who holds. Arjuna takes on this title of miserliness for himself. Not because he was not a good giver, but because he had hoarded one important item. What was that? Brain cells, buddhi. He had not used his buddhi. If he had used his buddhi, he would not be in this situation today. He would know what to do. He would not be so terribly confused about dharma and adharma, duty and what to do, what not to do, what is right, what is wrong. Even the basics he doesn't know. Why? Because he has been totally just holding the buddhi, not using his mind properly. This is why he says, Karpanya dosha upahata svabhavoham. I am of the nature right now. Nature means not Swarupa. Right now I feel that I am suffering from what? Karpanya dosha. Fault. Dosha, fallacy. What kind of fallacy? Faint-heartedness. the inability, here we have to take it metaphorically, you can't say stinginess because nobody will understand that. So when you translate, you have to take it as, I'm suffering from a folly of faint-heartedness, the inability to make decisions. An incapacitating sorrow which has made the sense organs numb, which has made the organs of actions paralyzed in their places, atrophied limbs. This is who I have become. Help. I need help. This is again another very intelligent moment. So two intelligent moments here. The first intelligent moment is what? This sorrow will not go. It is not attached to the world. We have talked about this before. Spirituality begins when we stop blaming others and what? Blaming ourselves also. This is where Arjuna is. He is not particularly blaming himself, he is stating a fact. And he stopped blaming others. He stopped what is called the blame game. No more blame game. So now, this kind of a me that is hit by incapacitating sorrow that I don't see any way out of, and a me that is faint-hearted, afraid to move this way or that way and make a mistake, so I can't take any decisions. I'm paralyzed by fear and sorrow. I need help. Second moment of intelligence. I need help. It is an intelligent move to ask for help. Because especially these days, it's a DIY culture. What is DIY? Do it yourself. Everything I want to do by myself. But here, Arjuna says, I can't DIY this. This is beyond DIY. I want help. Therefore, Prichhami Tvam. I seek help from you, I ask you. What is it that I am asking? Who is it? He gives one more adjective to himself. Prichhami Tvam Dharma Sammodha Chetaha. I am the one who is deluded about what is the right thing to do. What is dharma? What is adharma? Like a Hamlet moment. To fight or not to fight, that is the question. Is it nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of the other side? Or to go away from this battle rather than killing these people? What to do, I don't know. So therefore what? I look around, people are getting busy to fight, I am not there. And you, Lord Krishna, I have always had respect for. I have had great respect for you. You are very, very happy to lay my helplessness in front of you. What is Krishna? Karshati iti Krishna, the one who draws everyone to him. Krishnatu, to pull. And here I'm not going to resist this need for help. I'm not going to do it all by myself. Arjuna has done many things by himself. This one he acknowledges he needs a guide, a guru. Therefore he says, Yat Shreyah Syat. That which is Shreyas. Shreyas has many meanings. We will be seeing two kinds of Shreyas. Relative Shreyas and absolute Shreyas. Or rather, Shreyas in the relative and the absolute sense. Shreyas in the relative sense means that which is good for oneself. Let's say if somebody wants money, somebody gets money. Oh, I got some Shreyas. This is what I want. I want a job. I want to be comfortable. I want a good life partner. I want children. I want some hobbies. I want some place to play give some creative expression to my hobbies. I want to be fulfilled. All these things, relative Shreyas. Relative Shreyas, these ambitions and goals, which also go by the name of Shreyas, they differ from person to person depending on their raga, dvesha, predilection and challenges and desires. So you cannot say this is Shreyas for everyone. No. These last 2 days rained and rained and rained. Most of the people said, oh, this is nice, it is cool, it is wonderful. But the person who was planning a wedding outdoors, it was not Shreyas at all for that person. That person was praying, rain, rain, go away. Come on another day. Don't come now. But the farmer in the fields is ecstatic. Thank God there is rain. This is wonderful for the crops. So this is relative Shreyas. You want to buy a car, and you've used car, and somebody tells you this fellow has a car, and the Shreyas for you is buying the car from that other person. But the Shreyas for the other person is to get rid of that car. Why? Because it is bekar. Okay? So, bekar means useless. So, for that person, what is Shreyas? Let me get rid of this. Why? Because I want to buy a big BMW. This one I want to get rid of. But the person who wants to buy this car, oh, I want to buy this car. Buying is Shreyas for one person, selling is Shreyas for another person. So this is the word Shreyas used in the relative sense of what is good for me, what I want. That is the colloquial general sense of the word. The word Shreyas is also used in the absolute sense of what is good for all. How can there be something that is good for all? Moksha we can say, but you go catch somebody even in Rishikesh, go on a walk and say, do you want moksha? First they'll say, how much is it? Where is it? Show me it. We can sit here in the room and say we want moksha, and the synonym for moksha is Shreyas. We can say that. But the person, the lay person on the street who does not know V for Vedanta, S for spirituality, A for Atma, D for Brahman, C for Chit, D for Dharma, they don't know the ABCD of Vedanta. How are they going to understand what it says? All you have to ask is this. What is it that you really want? First they'll say, I want this, I want that. Long list will be there. Then finally they may say Shanti. I want Shanti, peace. I want freedom. They may not even know freedom from what, Shanti from what. But if you push them a little more, it's Shanti from a life of strife, constantly wanting something. It is freedom from being a wanting, lacking person, always needing to fulfill something or the other in order to be satisfied, in order to be contented. This is what one wants, ultimately. This is what here is called Shreyas. This is a word that is used in Kathopanishad alongside another word, Preyas. Nachiketa, a young boy, goes to Lord Yama. Yama is not at home. Yama is never at home. He was busy, he was on tour. His wife was there. Her name was Yami. And out of the window, she saw a small, cute boy. And all kinds of motherly feelings enveloped her. And she said, "Come in. You're so cute. Small little brahmachari here standing outside my door. Come, have something to eat. Let me love you. Let me take care of you." He says, "No, I don't know who you are. My business is with Lord Yama. My father sent me here." Actually, the father said, "Go to hell." Because he was keeping on asking the same questions again and again. It was a ritual that the father was doing in order to gain heaven. And all of the things he was giving away. The boy was curious. He thought he too was property. He said, "Kasmai mam dasyasi tata." Tata means dad. "Kasmai mam dasyasi." First 2 times the father was busy. He thought it was cute and everybody laughed and everything. But Dvihi, Trihi, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, got very upset. "Go to hell, I'm sending you to the Indian way of saying, the Sanskrit way of saying it is, go to Lord Yama. I'm sending you to the Lord of Death." And he immediately goes. And then when Yama comes back, then he asks for this knowledge. Yama, 3 days, Yama is not there. So Yama gives him 3 boons. First boon, he says, "My father was really angry. Let him sleep well at night." And this is only part A of the first boon. Okay, now part B, don't count it as a second boon. Let me go back the way I came, just intact, so that my father recognizes me, because I have heard that those who come to your realm go back. If they go back, nobody recognizes them. No, why? Because they do not have a body. So they don't send me back as a ghost. Send me back so that my father recognizes me and is happy with me. Then he says, the father wants to go to heaven, and he was doing this ritual. What is this ritual? He learns the ritual. And finally, the third boon, he says, "I want that which is free of duality." In the world is full of duality. The world is full of duality. Duality here means pairs of opposites. Hot, cold, rich, poor, dharma, adharma, sleeping, waking. Everything. It's so much full of opposites. Good, bad. Everything. Give me that which is not dharma, which is beyond dharma and adharma. There must be something. That which is both the source of dharma and adharma, but which is neither dharma nor adharma, which is beyond past and present. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, and anyatra asmat kritat akritat. Give me that which is not created. And I don't want that which is, I don't want that which is created. Show me that which is uncreated. Anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. I don't want the past, I don't want that which is trapped by the future. I want something that is not in the bounds of time, not in the bounds of space, not in the bounds of dharma, adharma, caught in this duality. Anything that is there I don't want. Let's go beyond that to get a vantage point of what is there to see. This is what I want to know. And that's when Lord Yama uses the word Shreyas and its twin word. What is the other word? Preyas. Preyas means the results of dharma. I do some charity and then what do I get? Punya. When Shankaracharya comes and then what? I get to listen to him. Punya. Wonderful. But I don't understand the word he said. Some papa mixed in there. Must be. So like this, some punya fructifies. Preyas is a pursuit of various ends. The pursuit of various ends in life is called preyas. And everybody seeks preyas. Shreyas is the pursuit of the pursuer. Who is the pursuer of various ends? Me. Yes. Shreyas is the pursuit of you who you think is the sad person, is the wanting person, is the lacking person, is the person without any recourse to anything, helpless person. This is Shreyas. Shreyas is the pursuit of the one who pursues. That nature I want to know. Very few people can say. People are caught in prayers. That's why I say if you want prayer, those who want prayers are actually saying, pray for us. Because that's all. Because as soon as you fulfill one desire, what happens? Another 100 desires come. Then you fulfill those 100 and then another 1,000 desires come. Unending it is. Shreyas is the discovery that one is already free from being a wanting person. So there is no need to pursue in a feverish way all kinds of things all the time. This is Shreyas, absolute Shreyas. Now, is Arjuna asking for relative Shreyas or absolute Shreyas? When he says, Yat, look at verse number 7 again. Yat Shreyas Yat Nishchitam Bruhitan Me. That which is Shreyas, please tell me once and for all with certainty. My question to you is, what kind of Shreyas is he asking for? Is it the relative or is it absolute? Absolute. Absolutely the absolute. How do we know? The next line gives it away. Shishyate aham. I am your Shishya. Because to ask for relative Shreyas, you don't need to become a Shishya. You just say, give me this, give me that. So many things one goes and asks for. To borrow a cup of sugar from the house of the neighbor, you don't say, I am your Shishya, please give me a cup of sugar. This is serious stuff. And this is exactly how Lord Krishna takes it, regardless of what Arjuna means. Arjuna, who knows what he meant, but he says Shishya. And then Arjuna takes it as Krishna takes it as he's asking for absolute Shreyas. Because Shishyate aham. There is no such thing as a guru, really. A guru is a guru to you because you ask for the knowledge. You say, I seek help, I seek your advice, I need this. I am your Shishya. Any other approach is spiritual romanticism. Many times people say, I want the Guru to pick me, as though the Guru doesn't have any other work. Look, in any tradition, who picks who? Does the Shishya go to the Guru or the Guru goes to the Shishya? Huh? Shishya goes to the Guru. People still are having doubt. Shishya goes to the Guru. If it's the other way around, beware of the Guru who says, come to me. Come to me. Why? I will give you Vairagya instantly. How? Give me all your money and you get Vairagya for free. That is not a Guru. The one who advertises on the street corner and waiting to catch hold of students, that is not a Guru. The Guru is an altar of surrender, who does not need the people to surrender for his or her own well-being. That is Guru. It's very beautiful. And so, Shishya Teham, Shadhimam, teach me. What kind of a me? A me who is your Shishya and a me who is Prapannamma, the one who has taken refuge in you. Meaning what? Just for half an hour I take refuge in you, and another next half an hour I'm going ashram hopping, and then I go Guru shopping, ashram hopping. That is not the idea. Okay? So Shishya Teham, I am your Shishya. I have taken refuge in you until I know. Please teach me. And that's when the teaching is going to begin. But Lord Krishna could have taught any time. Why didn't he teach? Because this knowledge only is to be taught when it is asked for. Oh, but I didn't ask for it. Yes, you did when you submitted your application form. That was your way of saying, Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam. This is the, what is that called? 21st century, updated digital version of asking for knowledge. Yeah. So then, does Lord Krishna teach? He could say, shut up, this is the time to ask for knowledge. What were you doing? One I'll give you, get up, fight. He could have said, already the battle cry has been, go, fight. First you want me to drive your chariot, then you want me to teach. What all are you going to want? For then there would have been no Bhagavad Gita, we would have ended the class here itself. But he doesn't say that. Out of compassion. Right then and there, in the din of the battlefield, with the arrows whizzing past, he begins the teaching. How? We shall see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.